This phone is basically ancient, isn't it? 4 cameras, a 108 megapixel lens, 100 times zoom, and a display far smoother than some new phones of today. Samsung really went all out in 2020. But after years of updates and probably some battery degradation, does the S20 Ultra still hold up 5 years later? Well, I switched over to it and used it for a whole week to find out, and the results might surprise you, or maybe it won't, and I would have successfully wasted 5 to 10 minutes of your time, which is totally fine too. First impression of this relic 5 years later just by looking at it is that it still looks very premium. Like, I won't mind being seen walking around with this phone in hand every time. The unit with me is an all black, and since I bought it used, I was expecting lots of scratches and scuffs, but that surprisingly wasn't the case. Also, isn't it crazy how in 2020, anything this size was labeled as massive, but now it just feels normal. The 120Hz on the 1440 by 3200 screen is still on the very high end, even when compared to the $1,000 flagship of today. So opening, closing, and even the scrolling on your favorite apps on the phone still feels very responsive and fluid. Of course, I would advise you to turn down the display resolution in the settings if you want a bit more battery life. The camera has to be one of the major reasons this phone was mainstream, so let me get it out of the way that I think that the 8K recording capabilities and the 100 times zoom on this phone are straight up gimmicks. Just look at this. Here I have the 11 Pro Max in one hand recording a video at 4K 30 fps and the Samsung in the other recording at 8K at 24 fps. Which one do you think looks better? Yeah. That said, it's still on a class of its own when it comes to high quality photography. In normal lighting conditions, the phone takes photos with very high quality and great dynamic range. Just make sure to turn off the HDR in the camera settings cause it's sorts of junkers color in every photo I took with it. The photos I took in low light conditions also came out looking great, with little to very minimal noise present, and I'm yet to find a need case where I'd have to zoom in 100 times to take a blurry photo. But yeah, overall, the cameras are still surprisingly usable in 2025. Oh, and here is the video recording capabilities. I'm currently recording at 4K and 30 fps, and this is me begging you to please drop a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what I do. Thank you. For the performance of the phone, I will summarize in just 3 sentences. If you get the Snapdragon version, you are pretty much set in the performance category for the next 2 years. If you do get the SNS version though, well, I don't know. I heard it was pretty bad at launch and haven't heard anyone speak of it in recent years, so it's a toss of coin. I would recommend you stick to the Snapdragon version if you want to be on the safer side, but yeah. Honestly, for the battery, I expected that I have to charge it up every now and then if I didn't want the phone dying on me, but that hasn't been the case at all. For normal day-to-day use, the battery lasts for about 6 to 7 hours after a full charge and about 4 hours with very heavy usage, so my theory is that I got a repaired unit cause there's no way a 5-year-old battery is supposed to last this long. The last and major issue that kept bugging me was the software update. The phone got its last major Android update in 2022, stopping at Android 13, and its last One UI update, stopping at One UI 5.1. I think it got its last security update earlier this year. I'm yet to update to that, but yeah. So if you are going to be bothered that you will not be getting the yearly Android update, then this phone might not be for you. It kind of bothered me at first, but I kind of forgot about it as time goes on. So after a week of using the S20 Ultra in 2025, what was the verdict? Honestly, this phone is still really great in some areas. The display, still top tier. The cameras, surprisingly good. Performance, decent but not flagship level anymore. Battery life though, yeah, my unit really surprised me, but you shouldn't count on that if you'll be getting one. And while it's not getting any more major Android updates, Samsung at least gave it a solid run. So would I recommend it? If you find one for cheap and you wouldn't mind the occasional battery anxiety, yeah, it's still got some fight left in it. But if you need the long-term updates and flagship power, you might want to look elsewhere. Thanks for watching the video and I'll catch you in the next one.